one of the big things for me is the break. Ronan McCarthy has been breaking brilliantly in the tournament, which we don't always say, and so has Karl Sutton, but it's a dry and not the best of breaks from Ronan there. He's been getting great explosions off the cut break throughout the tournament, but not here. So it is Karl Sutton with the first chance.
Karl immediately going for the reds. Well, he's already been out in that arena once today, early this morning.
Just getting himself ready, get the Q arm going.
Landed the world doubles title with Shane Thompson.
It'll be some double to do, but I'm sure that's not in his mind right now.
Might just pop this red off the yellow just to so don't have to move the cue ball too much here to this corner. I think I would.
He really set the tone in the World Team Final last night with the first visit finish.
We'll take the plant on next. It's pretty straight. It's got quite a nice angle on it as well.
Wanted to land on the red that he was moving, but always knew he had to back up at the top of the table. Not how he wanted to go. This one at the top was always going to be his last ball. Reworked it lovely. This 8 ball then to get off to a lovely reverse clearance start.
And this will settle any early nerves.
Right in the heart of the pocket. And Karl Sutton is up and running. It's Karl Sutton's first break. And it's a good one. He always gets a little wild with his cue ball, but the power is there, and middle of the side cushion, and a great opportunity to go reverse clearance, break clearance, and set the tone like he has done throughout the championships in his singles games and for his team. needs to get the right angle to come for the one at the bottom. He's just had a look. It might go bottom right as well, which may help him depending on which way he wants to go. I wouldn't expect him to, but depends on how he wants to get on the 8 ball.
Got a nice spring in his step, Karl Sutton.
Yeah, trace aside just to make sure he got top side as straight.
He's okay. He's got a slight angle, but
Yeah.
it's enough.
That was a lovely touch, really was.
Look of determination on Sutton's face. This is the dream start, should he complete this finish. That'll do him. Go around the back of the black now. Red and black, same pocket.
And simple 8 ball for a 2-0 lead. And, well, in the studio with Gareth and Stephen, we were talking about the start and how important it is. Gareth said it was one of the big important factors, and the start very much going Karl Sutton's way. 2 off the break to start with. And the positive energy he wanted to see.
But the determination, you know, it's soul destroying to lose in a final. I lost mine from, well, 10-9 up. So, and that really hurt. It hurt me for a good couple of seasons after, I'll be honest with you, because I did have a chance there to win it as well in a dry break at the end. But I think with Karl, just the way he's played all week, you know, even just for England as well, he's looked absolutely brilliant, shot by shot. You know, when things got a little bit rocky, I mean, against Giuseppe at one point, yesterday it was a bit touch and go, but he finds a way, and he sort of puts himself back on the horse, and he keeps going. And his control with the cue ball this week's been immaculate.
Yeah.
Extension called.
I think Ronan should be, I mean, it's 2 breaks in, and let's not get too carried away, but the way he was breaking with his cut break in the previous couple of matches, I saw a lot of the, well, I commentated on the quarter-final, and I kept a very keen eye on the semi-finals, commentating on the other semi-final at the same time. His break was big. It was exploding. He was getting such a quality of contact. He's been dry twice. Well, dry happens. You know, you are going to get the occasional dry break, but the quality of the contact on the break hasn't been as good from the first 2 as it was in the quarters and the semi.
No, well, I was on that semi-final when he played Jordan Shepherd, and I've never seen anybody. I mean, you've got to say Jordan Shepherd's unlucky. He went so many dry breaks on the trot, but you're exactly right. Ronan McCarthy's break, and it took everyone by surprise. It was, like you say, explosive. He was getting a lot of balls. So doubling up with Shepherd having dry breaks, Ronan's breaking a dish behind him, and you're thinking, you know, Jordan was demoralised at the end of it. But so far tonight, when he's had 2, they've been a bit on the spot. I don't know, do you think he's took some off?
I don't know whether it just doesn't...
Not on purpose, but I mean subconsciously.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think he wouldn't have thought so. Maybe he's just not quite got through the ball as clean as he has on the you know, when he's really going well.
But then I'll go back to the Masters that was last week, and when he played Tom Cousins, his break was like this, and Tom, well, you know what Tom did, and
Yeah.
Tom did him to 1.
It was... I didn't see this coming from Ronan McCarthy because of that performance. He hasn't been playing well for a while. You could tell that, you know, he's, at his own words, achieved everything he wanted to in his career. Hasn't really been, you know, looking dangerous in Ultimate Pool events for a while. And then in the Masters, obviously, that performance against Tom, where he looked like he had run out of ideas. So I didn't see this performance coming, but he's been brilliant.
Well, like Gaz said in the studio as well, about, you know, Ronan McCarthy was one of the, you know, when I was playing, was one of the players you would I'd never play for money. Nobody played him for money. It was ridiculous. You know, he could play long matches, and it's just he'd wear you down. You know, I watched a couple of his money games, and I'd actually question. And these are top professionals. I'd question him, why are you playing him?
Yeah,
There's way easy games out there, because that man is relentless. You know, especially the rules he was playing as well. And I just thought they were daft. But yeah, will he pack in? If I was him, I'd say no, but purely for the fact that if you can get to World Finals now, you're captain of your country.
Yeah.
All right, he's had a couple of iffy spells here and there, but everybody gets them. But I know what you're saying when you say, well, it's nice to pack in at the top.
He's got work to do, though, to do at the top, because he can't get to the table. This has been a fabulous start from Karl Sutton. This is for 3 straight off the break.
Yeah, he's turned up with menace in his eyes. And it is Karl Sutton dishes once again. Yeah, and his younger sidekick, if I call him that, Declan Brennan. They are a double act at the pro events. Forever trying to get the one-upmanship, let's say. It's quite funny.
Well, no doubt that Ronan has it over Declan in actual matches with Ultimate Pool TV. 2 comprehensive victories in the matches they've had. We get to see Ronan McCarthy then for the first time. Dry break this time from Karl Sutton. And he has work in this finish, but we'll see where he's at in terms of how he's feeling. And he's starting with scoreboard pressure.
Well, I'll tell you, back in the older days of when these old Northern Ireland side was about, they used to play with a guy called Sam Newell and Danny Kinney. Danny Kinney, a fabulous player from Northern Ireland. Those 3 were like the 3 amigos before Declan Brennan came along. And they used to call Ronan Horsehead. That was his nickname. And they never called him anything else. He'd be out in the arena and say, come on, Horsehead. Yeah, but he won't mind me mentioning that.
Ronan's cannon has gone wrong. It's always tough going into it at that angle because you've got 2 reds that are there to guard getting it out. Now he may have to slow this one down. He would have wanted to respond with his own first visit, but if you haven't got the chance... And he does slow it down. Possibly trying to get the yellow tied up with the 8 ball.
Karl Sutton made sure that ball was hit.
Missed his loss of turn. And we were talking about this in the studio as well. Both of them very clever in these situations. Karl Sutton was a master at the old rule set at World Rules. Very, very clever at the way to work it out. He would, if you asked him now, would you rather see it as World Rules or these rules? He understands this is the rule set that we should be playing. It's the right rule set for the new world, for the modern world, but he knows his chances to win titles would be better at World Rules as well. He really was that clever at them. Both of them are very clever in these situations, how to earn an opportunity.
Karl looking where to maybe play a loss of turn. Wonder if Karl fancies to go at these reds. He's just nudged those apart. Whether he's thinking about the red at the bottom of the table where the yellow's covering the bag, he could play the combo there and put them both in the same shot. I don't know if he's maybe eyeing that up for a later visit as he tries to contain Ronan McCarthy.
You do feel like Ronan is close to being able to go here. His yellows aren't bad. Only one that needs any real movement. Karl has to be very clever to keep this contained. Keep playing snooker. What would Karl do if he was to get cue ball in hand? Still wouldn't be a great chance.
No, they are very tricky. Just trying to have a little glance at the table there. Why do I? It's a complicated. If you have ball in hand, cue ball down behind the red that's down at the bottom of the table. Play the plant along. Knock in the yellow there, screw back into that yellow. Try and knock both yellows in the same shot and leave the loss of turn right down the bottom there. It's a bit of a complicated one, but I think it wins you the frame if you get it.
Well, you might not get the chance.
Not now after that.
That was an excellent shot from Ronan. And Ronan might go here.
Ronan will go here. There's no value in not. All he's doing by not going is keeping Karl Sutton in this frame. There's a clear opportunity for the man from Northern Ireland.
What a great shot that was from the snooker.
Yeah.
Really was.
Now there's a couple of options here. You could screw back, or you could push into the 8 ball. Try and push the black ball onto the bottom rail, so it goes past the red and hold on the yellow. He's having none of it. Or is he?
He just doesn't want to move the 8 ball, does he? He's slightly worried if he plays that one, he might just bump it down and sit it on top of the red and block it from the pocket. And he's let this one run loose. If he can get to the centre of the white, he's fine.
I think he's just okay. If that had gone straight behind the red, that would have caused a huge problem for Ronan. Certainly made it harder than it was. Fabulous pot there from Ronan McCarthy. And this 8 ball to get his first frame on the board in this world final.
And what a frame it is. What a frame of ball it is for Ronan McCarthy. We're going to have 2 or 3 of those, you feel, in this match. And the first one goes the way of the Northern Irishman. But
it's a world final, race for 11. You're not going out there expecting to win 11-0. You know they're going to have chances. It's about taking your chances when you get them. First of all, you want to have some chances, because at this level, as we saw very quickly, especially in the Ronan Jordan Shepherd game, Jordan Shepherd didn't get any chances. Mid-game he got like a couple, messed him up, and was beaten 10-1, and is
a lot to do with that is scoreboard, isn't it? You get your chances when you're 5-1 down.
Ronan did.
It's tough.
You can't say Jordan played badly. I mean, he missed one that you'd expect him to get, but this was deep into the match when he's so frustrated that he's not been able to get in early. You're almost beating yourself up, and it's not really your fault that all this bad luck's happening, if you like.
First big mistake in the final, and it comes from Ronan McCarthy. He did make a ball off the break. It still don't feel like he's quite connecting as he was earlier in the tournament, but he made a ball this time, and it was a good chance. But a poor miss to the corner.
I don't know why, it's just his eyes, when he's very intense looking at the table, it does remind me of 𝗍𝗶𝗆𝗃, the golfer.
Very different personalities.
Yeah.
I would suggest one's a introvert and one's an extrovert. I couldn't think of two more opposing personalities.
No, that sounds exactly right.
Yeah.
But it's just that little mannerism, just the steely-eyed look. It's almost a look of concern rather than concentration, if you like. You know, very much eyebrows sort of down, and I don't see much expression over there during the match.
I feel like the next shot could be key. In an ideal world, you'd like to have been straighter into right centre, left centre, top forward for right corner, left corner 8 ball, but he's off angle on everything.
Yeah, he's going to have to get a good cue ball now to get back in. Does he like it?
Yes.
I think he does like
That's
that.
perfection. Well, I think it's perfection. He's maybe he was playing for straight in centre, but he put it in the area where he had options. And this angle looks good to me.
He comes back and has the red in the middle.
That's a nice shot.
Very nice.
So I think that's why he was just slightly concerned, was that he maybe felt he had just a touch too much angle, and if he stuns up on the right hand side and goes too far, then he's got a tricky shot to play. So played a beautiful shot just to come across the underside of the red to make it simple.
These sort of finishes, I mean, they're quite intricate. He's taking out. These are huge confidence builders. You know, you want to be at the table now. You think you're going to take these finishes out, and this is incredible from Karl Sutton.
Another very good finish. He's had 4 chances, and he's taken out 4 finishes.
I always remember when I lost in the final, and the little speech Greg Farron gave, you know, the old commiserating, oh, you was unlucky and all that, and you stood there thinking, well, I don't want to tell you what I was thinking at the time. and he's sort of saying, well, you got a lot of years ahead of you, Tony, you'll be back, I'm sure. And 28 years later, I'm back, all right, and I'm sat next to Simon Webb.
You're
certainly not back. I didn't go back there.
You're in another final, though, Tony.
Yeah, this is my 14th. Played in 1, commentated on 13.
But Greg's another example of a player that didn't win their first final, managed to get it done second time round. He will have learnt a lot from his first final.
Yeah, very true. Rob McKenna did for him in that one. I remember that because I was commentating on that as well. There you go.
It looked like Karl took a little bit off that break to try and control the cue ball. He certainly got a slightly better control of the cue ball. It was tracking close to the top left, but it wasn't into the side cushion. Still made a ball.
Lovely shot there from Sutton again. And he really is riding on the crest of a wave at the moment. These balls are gliding into the pockets. His control has been sublime. He's not entirely sure here what to do. He'd ideally like those two yellows that are next to that red to not be there. That would make his life a whole lot easier. This is tricky.
Yeah, I'm not sure this can work. Goes bottom right. He's got to move the yellow. You feel he's going to get himself snookered on the other red.
We just wonder if he can pop that red into the bottom right. Cue ball goes into that middle yellow there and try and screw out. So if he could screw into the gap between yellow and black, that would be perfect. Or does he not take that chance and go right the way back and leave a thin cut? He's gone for the thin cut.
Yeah, give yourself a more guaranteed shot.
Yep. Now then, all he's got to do, cut this red, guide the cue ball. He wants to come past that yellow at the top, well, to the left of his hand, up onto that top rail and back down. If you can get that, you can have the black of the... Oh, look at the side he's put on that. Oh, that's a great shot. Never even saw that coming. I didn't think he could hold the cue ball, but he's played a fantastic shot there. I thought it was just a plain ball and come back up and down, but got some side and spin on the cue ball. Well, this has been faultless from Sutton.
Yeah, 5 off the break, isn't it? It's very, very good. He beat Eddie Barker 8-1 in the first round, Gary Clark 8-1 in the second round, Joshua Traynor 8-1 in the third round, and then the big matchup where things really got interesting for him. Chris Melling 9-5, Giuseppe D'Imperio 10-6, and now he's 5-1 up here in the final. It is some run. Karl Sutton is on.
McCarthy trying to give this break a bit more stick, making the red into the middle bag.
That was his best break of the match so far. Hit that a lot better. That's a good sign for him. Primed here for the break clearance. Yeah, just checking how far back he wants to come. If he rolls it through, he might leave too much angle, so he is rolling it through on and off. I thought he was dead straight. Just enough angle to get there.
Well, I have to say that the pool's been of the highest quality this game. Very, very fluid finishing from both players. Sutton playing out of his skin. Ronan's not had as many opportunities. Made one little mistake, but if he gets these 5-2, and he'll settle for that. Long, long race to 11. So plenty of time yet for McCarthy to peg back Karl Sutton.
Break clearance for Ronan McCarthy. And that's what he needed. He needed his break to turn up, and it has. He needed his game to turn up, and it has. Yeah, very close to that top left corner again, but the power's good. The outcome is not. It's dry. You can just see that. It was great replay to see just coming across with the cueing. And it's just not getting square on the front ball, and it's therefore tracking up to the top left as we look.
I think he's looking at the plant into the centre with the two reds. He's made that. And the red that's stuck to yellow, you feel he's going to have to play that now if he's going to go game. But the reds are open. But he's got a very tough ball here. Well played there, Ronan McCarthy. Things are starting to heat up a little now as McCarthy's starting to get a bit of table time.
Yeah, agreed. I'd say you can be misled by a scoreline. 5-1 as it was, now 5-2. But it was just a case of Karl Sutton having 5 good chances and he took them, and Ronan making 1 mistake. It's not. This match has got a long way to go. There's going to be some ebbs and flows, you feel.
Yeah, if Ronan was to win, I wouldn't pack in if I'd have won it. I want a year of wandering about the place with the red carpet out.
But if it was in his mind anyway, then you could understand it. Not sure this is the best angle for him. Yeah, squeezed off the yellow. Can hold, so he'll get close to this red, but the 8 ball doesn't go bottom left, I don't think, so it does need an angle to get back out. Helps if the 8 ball does go bottom left. Yeah, this looks perfect. He's going to screw back for the middle. You saw him just glance around at that. Oh, this is good. Oh, we didn't get it right. Jabby one.
It was indeed. Tried to pinch a bit there. Sort of just slightly moved on the shot.
What a shot from Ronan McCarthy.
Wow.
And an early reaction from Ronan McCarthy as well. Just that fist bump, he knew that was big. He knows how well Karl Sutton is playing. He knows that was a frame gone if he doesn't find that double. And he was already 3 behind. That's excellent. He's back within 2. Big moment.
Well, game on. That's all you can say.
Very much game on.
That sends a big reminder over to Karl Sutton that Ronan's not just here for some sort of cameo performance.
Race to 11 frames. So Karl's not even reached the halfway mark yet. We'll have a break after 10 as well. So it's a case of the next 2 frames I feel quite big for that break. You know, if Ronan was to share them and he's 2 behind, I think he'd be happy from where he was. If Ronan was to win them both, he would be over the moon. If Karl wins them both, 7-3, it's a really good first session for Karl. Really good job done. So next 2 frames feels really big to me because it's a split session match.
Yeah, the quarters, semis and final used to be, all 3 were split session matches back. Way back when. I think in '96, I think I trailed 6-3 in the quarters at the interval, 6-3 in the semi at the interval, and 5-5 I was in the final at the interval.
So what you're saying, you're better off being 6-3 down?
Well, I was happy when the interval came because I headed straight for the bar. Had a couple of beers. I'll come back. I was a different player.
Different time.
Yep.
I can tell you, neither of these players are going to do that.
No. No. Amateurs.
Small gap to find for Karl. This frame's all about hitting that gap.
He's a bit short. He is a tad short.
It's going to be really hard to find the line to get there. This is going to be really tough.
But you can't just cut it in and go off the side rail and the bottom rail because you're going to hit that yellow at the top. There's no question there.
But even if that yellow wasn't there, your margin of error is you're crossing a line with a margin of error of a ball and a half.
Absolutely.
It's so. I mean, so he's looking at. Yeah.
Yeah,
right
off the yellow. Off the yellow. Screw the cue ball up towards that little gap between the black and the yellow, which is near Karl's red. That's a fabulous shot.
And the reason he wanted to use that ball as his last ball is he knew if he gets straight in on it, he doesn't have to do much. So he manufactured a way to be straight in on it.
Very, very clever shot by Sutton.
Oh dear.
Well.
Just needed to nip it a touch more. Slid behind the yellow instead of into the yellow. And his first mistake of the final.
And it could be a big one. When you've got the frame at your mercy. Yeah. He wants that one over again. He'd love a mulligan.
Oh, wow. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from Karl Sutton.
Even I've given him a round of applause in the commentary box for that. That is a fabulous shot.
And what a reaction as well.
Yeah. Boom.
Was his best break of the match as well. His absolutely best break of the match. Crunched it, controlled it.
Cue ball, dead straight line up to the top rail. Bizarrely, no ball contact in it at all the way up and all the way back. You never. I mean, that's really rare.
But look at the line it's come down on. It's hit the line in the triangle area. That shows you how clean and straight down the line he's hit it. It's a fabulous break.
That's like 1 in 10,000 to do that.
Really, really hard. There's his teammate, Aaron Davies. He's been in a world final himself. Different code, but been there. Came up short.
Also part of the England winning team that's won the World Team Championships. We witnessed last night.
That was a fabulous match as well.
It
High
was.
quality pool. Really high class pool. Now there's Gareth Potts watching his good friend Ronan McCarthy, and Another man that knows what it's like to be in a world final. Of course, Gareth has won 4 of them, but Lee Kendall there, he's been in a world final, and he was part of the team. He was a big part of the team that won last night in the World Team Championships.
Yeah, he played very well, didn't he?
He did play, played, rolled back the years, played brilliantly.
I think for me, I take the outside one of these 2 reds that's stuck together, screw up the table, which is what he's looking at. Take out the top red. I don't think he could play that much better either.
I think it's perfect. I think he's just got just a turn of angle to...
Do you run the risk now of trying to screw back and get on those, or do you just roll this forward and just leave yourself the shot?
I thought he had a turn of angle just to stun to middle of the table, but maybe he is a touch straight. So yeah, I would do exactly what he's looking at, which is roll it through.
Yeah,
easiest way to get in line.
Yeah, absolutely. Just enough. We know the black is available in the same pocket, so I'll screw this into the side rail, I think. He's got it into the yellows, perfect. Well, this is incredible. This for a 7-3 lead. And Karl Sutton is flying.
Brilliant from Karl Sutton. He has been flawless in the first 10 frames of this world final. Just the one error from Ronan McCarthy, and that's enough to see him 7-3 behind. Big last session coming up after the break. It's a big, big task here for Ronan McCarthy, the 2022 world champion, to turn this one around. The man on our screen there, Karl Sutton, is playing some scintillating pool right now, and you feel you're going to have to try and limit his chances. You can't see Karl Sutton giving away too many chances unless he gets the, to the winning line and it all falls apart, Tony. You feel like he's going to get the 4 chances he needs at some point.
Well, a lot's going to depend on the McCarthy break. This will dictate whether he can get back in, because it's not been hard enough. It was said in the studio with Lee and Gaz in there, and I agree. Ronan needs to make balls off the break and he needs to run out finishes. He also is going to need a little help from Karl Sutton, I feel. I think Karl's break needs to go just to not completely fall off a cliff, but just maybe 1 or 2 dry ones here and there would help.
Yeah, I just think he's going to need help from Karl whatever happens. I just think Karl's breaking well and playing well. He's going to get enough chances to win this match, so he's going to need help in terms of hoping that Karl doesn't take all of them. I guess the next 2 or 3 frames are the key, aren't they? If he can win 2 of the next 3 of the next 4, then I guess the hope starts to build, because you edge closer while Karl is still a long way away from the finish line. Does one of those reds go to the bottom right? The way he's gone about this, I'm assuming it does.
I think both of them go.
Oh, in that case, it's perfect. Oh, not from there though, Ronan. Not from there.
He's okay. He's just fell short enough where he can cut that red in to the bottom right hand corner, and but he's going to be kissing into the other red right next door to him. There you see it goes in. All about the kiss now. on the other red.
It's a good recovery pot. That's only part of the equation here.
He's okay, Ronan. He'll take that. You wouldn't fancy him to miss this red. Slightly 𝗡𝗵𝘀𝗀 in there between those two yellows with his hand.
Well, it's not the normal Ronan McCarthy tight cue ball control in this visit. It's got loose, and it's come down to this.
This for 7-4.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from Ronan McCarthy. This is some cut. He has made a name for himself.
I always find it's a momentum game, and it goes backwards and forwards between the players as the matches unfold. You know, and also that interval. I mean, like I said, I'm going to go back to being behind in my quarters and semi-final World Championships in '96, and when I came back in the quarters and it happened again in the semis, and I did think, because I came out in both those matches, won the first two at the start of the second session, and
yeah, big.
Terry Hunt, while we played in the semis, hadn't missed. He made no mistakes anywhere. I got those couple of frames, and then all of a sudden I could see it in him. He was 3 frames ahead of me. And he's looking at me coming behind him.
Yeah, a lot of time to think about being 3 frames in front, haven't you?
Yeah.
What did you do in the intervals back when you were playing?
In the interval?
Yeah.
I wasn't joking. I went straight to the bar.
Straight to the bar.
That wasn't a joke. I literally, I was fuming. The Terry Hunt one in particular, I'd missed a ridiculous ball somewhere in the back of my mind. And as he potted his black at the interval, I raced out the arena. Mainly because people thought it was because it was in bad tempo. No, because the crowd were all heading to the bar as well, so I had to beat them to it. So I got a couple of beers. Because I hadn't drunk all day, and I thought, right, be all sensible and that, and I've got to take the edge off now. And sort of just played like I used to play in the pub, for my own pub, with a couple of beers on board and dancing about. And I thought, right, I'm going to go out there and I'm just going to throw my arm at absolutely everything. No safeties. I'll tell you what I did. I tried to play safety and I messed it up and I lost the frame. That's what I did. But, yeah.
I can tell you that I don't know what Ronan did. I didn't see Ronan in the interval. I know that Karl Sutton, he just went and sat by himself in the quiet of the sort of corridor of the hotel, and just sat there by himself and just in his own thoughts, in his own world. So,
well, Ronan would have been happy with the interval. Karl not so.
Well, this is exactly what Ronan wanted. That was exactly the same break from Karl Sutton as it was on the previous one before the interval. The only difference is, this time, a ball didn't fall in. The chance was good, the quality, the contact, but no ball. And Ronan McCarthy, well, he's got this 8 ball for a reverse clearance to go break clearance, reverse clearance, which is exactly how Karl Sutton started the match.
Well, that's halved the lead.
Yeah, he's got one, and it's a good leave. It's a really good leave. Wow.
There's just a bit more oomph about McCarthy's break since he's come back from the interval.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
If somebody's gone and said, you need to give that break.
Yeah, there's been bits of advice flying around, and you can choose who you listen to and who you don't. But it wouldn't surprise me if he's had a word in his ear.
A pep talk.
Yeah.
One of his Irish colleagues, no doubt. Got to give their skipper a little nudge. possibly Declan Brennan.
When does he play for the one by the two reds? Goes, but if he plays on it from here, he'll leave a poor angle on it. So he plays it now. Hold on the reds and use the other one to go up the table. Yeah, leaves himself hampered because of that.
Just drop it in and play the yellow next to the just below the Blackpool. Ronan will be fine with that. Certainly not his first rodeo. Played to perfection.
Looking to be really precise on the positional shot here. Gets it right. Can make the final three yellows drop-ins.
Well, this is going to be 3 in a row for the man from Northern Ireland. He's knocking on the door. Karl doesn't want to let him in, but at the moment he has no choice.
And not exactly where he wanted to be then. That's why Ronan's taken a few extra seconds here. Biggest issue is probably the 8 ball not going to right centre, so he needs to make sure he leaves that good angle to slide across for it.
Yeah, he doesn't really have to do too much here. He can just sort of just, well, he's going to pull the cue ball back about 2 inches. There's Dylan Leary in the middle. Teammate of Ronan McCarthy's to the left of him is Eddie Barker. Obviously plays for England. Batman. Both pros on the Ultimate Pool Pro Tour. Both rivals internationally. But they're all friends together.
Eddie Barker was Karl Sutton's first opponent. Beat 8-1 to start this run. But Ronan McCarthy has won 3 straight. And there is Declan Brennan, his good friend, watching on. And Gareth Potts in the background as Ronan McCarthy gets back within 1. And what a start for him. He's dry again. He's dry again. Can you believe it?
He's turned into Jordan Shepherd.
Yeah, he's hit that well again. Okay, it's slightly tracking the top left, but not by much. Yeah, reaction not the best. He knows he hit that well. Get rid of the one at the bottom of the table. Straight in, top right, frames over.
1
Frames over. absolutely fine. Absolutely perfect.
I mean, if you're Karl Sutton, you walk out the interval, 7-3 in front. Think, well, this is. I'm so happy I've got 4-frame cushion. Right, get in early in the start of the second session. Just nick one out of the next 3. That's fine. It keeps me a little bit nearer. Just not how to go.
Yeah, and this is where mental strength is huge, because what he has to be saying to himself right now is, it's not as though I've made a bunch of errors because I'm thinking about what is on the line if I win. He's just had 2 dry breaks. That's it. You know, he's not. Let's not get too fast forward too much here, but Ronan will make the clearance, and this will be 7-7. He will have made 2 dry breaks and he would have lost 4 frames, but he is still playing really well, and he has to tell himself that and be ready, because he still needs 4 chances.
He'll take that. He'll take that. Any shot at the black now to go 7-7.
Four straight frames from the break. Ronan McCarthy has pulled it back. 4 behind, no more. It's on him. What does he do with the chances he gets from here? He's not going to get one right now. It's another good break from Ronan McCarthy. He's definitely getting the break better in this second half. Just catching that front ball a touch fuller as well. See the line of the cue ball, it's going into the middle of the pack area again rather than the bottom of the pack area again. He's just getting just a touch fuller, and it does look like he's hitting it with a touch more pace as well.
Yellow's is going to be the ball of choice. He's going to play that plant early, I think.
Just make sure that yellow doesn't sit on the red and everything will be open. That's okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of angle to bring the cue ball down off that one in the middle.
Yeah, he wouldn't have wanted the red to spit up into the yellows there, but it hasn't done any major damage.
to hold the cue ball then. I think he's achieved it. Pop this in with a little bit of screwing right hand side. Drag the cue ball up for the yellow at the top of the table. And it's black for 5 frames in a row. Incredible stuff here, and to go into the lead. And there's been nothing that Karl Sutton can do about it.
Yeah, cutting a very frustrated figure right now. As Ronan McCarthy makes it 5 on the bounce, and he's in front for the first time. This is incredible. He's try again. And it's a good layout again. What a sick feeling it must be for Karl Sutton. Maybe not quite as much pop. He just bounced off the front ball as the previous couple. The explosion wasn't as big. But, I mean, to be dry 3 straight after the break, after breaking so well pre-interval.
The red and yellow stuck in the middle of the table together. Does the yellow go past into that middle? I think it looks like it goes to the jaw.
Oh, we're back to the ball being cleaned on our time, not the player's time, which is unusual. Normally it would be done on the player's time, but I think at the World Championships we do it that way round. Calls it for his extension anyway. Worth pointing out that the shot clock is very much just to keep the game moving. It's not really a factor at 45 seconds and 1 extension per frame. It is really just there to keep the game moving along. Very rare anyone will get close to the beeps. Ronan not happy. He was trying to come back across a little bit more. Now he's got half a shot, well, more than half a shot to play. Position on the next ball not guaranteed. A bit of a gamble there. Does that yellow go?
Well, we might find out now.
This is very tricky in the bottom end. Everything's guarded, blocked, and awkward.
Has a little angle here. What if he can pot this yellow down into the bottom right hand corner and screw the cue ball over to just beneath the sort of blue spot area? Can he come down to the bottom of the table and go round and get on to that position?
Beautiful shot. Not going to leave an easy 8-ball though. Double maybe?
No, I think we'll try and get on it in the corner, the bottom right. Yeah.
Can he get round to it?
He has an angle. Well, he can pinch a bit like cue ball. If you see the cue ball stuck to the red, he can get Well, yeah, he's going for the double. See, I try and pot that screw down to the bottom rail with side and come back up a bit. I'd be confident if I played that long on that table, what's this, frame 16, I'd be confident I should have the pace to get behind it. Exactly the shot.
Beautiful shot.
That's the shot.
Brilliant stuff from Ronan McCarthy.
Never mind a double. If you've played that long like there, now you should be able to judge that shot.
Six straight frames off the break for Ronan McCarthy, and he leads by 2 and is 2 away from world title number 2.
Karl Sutton there in the background winced as that black went in, and you would. It was, you know, just a look of pure desolation. I'm telling you, you've got Jim out there in the pool village, we call it, down the hall there, the 𝗃𝗲𝗃𝗵 man.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he's got some magic cream in that on that stand that Ronan's bought, because some 𝗃𝗲𝗃𝗵 cream I think he's sold down there, is Jim, because his break's been flawless since he's come back.
If there was a cream that makes you make a ball every time, it would be worth a lot of money.
Lynch's 𝗃𝗲𝗃𝗵, that's what it is. He's got Lynch's break balm. But this is just an insane turnaround. But this time it's going to be incredibly difficult for McCarthy to run out here now. I mean, there is a plant, it's a very thin cut plant with the 2 reds. The red might go up into the top right hand corner that's sat in the middle of the table.
Yeah, he wanted the red just to sit right over the pocket from this angle, and it's just gone up a little bit high. Very good. That was very, very good.
Oh, but I know why he wanted to play the plant, because he could bring everything off the rail. But it was so hard to just to make that shot. But he's played it really well. But the problem with him again, he's if he pots this red in the bottom right hand corner, he's the wrong side of the red into the middle. So it's still going to be very, very tricky. Or he's going to have to pull out some magical finishes, or magical pots to get this finish, should I say. He's going to have to reroute. Oh, cue ball.
Wow, wow. Very fortunate.
And now it's really teasing now for Karl. He's sat there looking at that ball thinking it's going in.
And it's straight down the line towards Karl as well. Wow. How did that not go in? Ronan grimaced because he wanted to be on the ball at the top better than this.
Yeah, but he could have been a hell of a lot worse.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Ooh.
Is the natural line missing the yellow on the bottom cushion if he takes it in the centre?
I think he might have to take this in the bottom corner, you know.
Yeah.
It's bottom corner for me all day long, because I think the cut in the centre, he's not sure. He's looking at. I'll tell you what. This is such a difficult shot. Just wonder if he's changing his mind now.
Right in the heart of the pocket. Wow. He's gone too far, I think.
Bit of 𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗀 as well. Yeah, because if he pots this, he's going to be snipped. Well, I don't know.
It looks okay on our cameras.
Yeah. Referee right over the back of his shoulder there. Must be able to feel his breath on the back of his neck. He's missed it. Well, he pulled off it. It was a nasty little shot, and Karl Sutton gets his first hand on the table with clear view of actually being able to pot a ball since the first session.
6 straight frames since he last touched the table. And this one's got some serious mileage in with that yellow is by the 8-ball. This is nice. He's not exactly a case of just come to the table and make a nice counter clearance. Look at that 8-ball there.
Karl will just be happy to be able to come to the table and actually do something about it. He's going to get ball in hand now. Now then. I think the shot here, yeah, you've got to try and develop this yellow somehow. You've got to be careful when you play this, because if you double kiss that, you could push the black towards the pocket. I've seen these happen a few times, but... And also, be careful of where you're leaving the cue ball. Ronan will be a bit annoyed with that. Right. Karl will obviously feel that yellow will slide past that black, bumping out of the way. I'm not so sure.
Why didn't he play it a little firmer and come put the cue ball further? He was quite thin on it. Go a little bit straighter and then get the cue ball to where it is now. But you could, I think there was a way to get that yellow a little bit further out down the table.
Yeah, Ronan's having a go at this. If you can get in between the gap of yellow and red here, you can cut it in the corner. No, it's way wide. Another ball in hand now for Sutton. What about play this yellow now and put it in front of the red down at the bottom?
He's left the edge.
Yeah, he needed to get the cue ball over a lot further than that. He wanted to put that down there, so it gave him a ball so he could kick the balls open down there. But this is a very thin edge cross double. There you see Ronan McCarthy looking at the spot. He wants to hit this red ball. The cue ball will be flying. What's more, when a cue ball comes down and plays this double, where that yellow is at the bottom of the table, the cue ball could stop the red. He has to play it. He's got no other shot. Is he looking about? I'll tell you what he's looking about. Coming off the bottom rail and back into the red. Hit the yellow and can it into the middle. Hit it at the wrong side of the red.
Karl can go now then. Get this frame on the board. Get back within one. Standing room only.
Well, he's got open water here, a clear sight to win his first frame. He's watched the last 6 sail by as the man from Northern Ireland has moved into overdrive, but now Sutton. These 5 yellows and the black. If this was early, if this was the first frame of the second session, he'd have been gone. But all of a sudden, just as when you're 9-7 down, they look a lot more difficult. It's been an incredible final so far, though. Every chance of going to the absolute wire. So just play the yellow at the top now. Screw the cue ball side rail, just bump it out. And this is 9-8. This will be a massive relief for Karl Sutton to stop the rot.
Belief will be the word. He remains flawless in the match. 8 chances, 8 frames. Oh, complete miss it this time. And it remains dry. Oh.
Oh dear. Despair for Karl Sutton. So he has a, well, says probably a few choice words that we won't be trying to repeat, but
yeah, look at the layout he's left as well. It's not just the dry break, it's dry and big.
Yeah, those red balls lined up like little soldiers. It's like one of those little training programs you do when you put the balls there. And
yeah, it's all just keep it nice and controlled, which is Ronan McCarthy's forte. He's a master at it.
Training drill. Remember that when players started doing that? They're drills. They're never around in my game, in my day.
Never think about it.
Well, no, I didn't know what they were. When they said to you, have you got any drills? I said, I've got a 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃.
A little bit short, I think, there for Ronan. I think if he was playing for straight in left centre to get right centre to get on the one he's looking at bottom cushion, then he is short. So is it a reroute? Or was he always trying to work right centre to get down to the 8 ball on the right hand side?
Yeah, no, he's not. He didn't want to be there. So he's going to. Ooh. There's a couple of ways here. I think for me personally, because I don't want to do too much with the cube, I'll put the one down in the bottom corner now. Bring the cube up just slightly lower than the black spot, and then it's rolling and get high on the red. But you still got to steer between those yellows to get down for the black. Yeah, that's perfect. The other way you can go is to pot this into the middle, get high side of red where he is sort of aiming now, and he can screw the cue ball back into the left hand side rail, off that rail, and then down between the yellow and the black onto the bottom rail with the cue ball. So it all depends how he feels. He'll probably, from that angle, I think he'll punch the ball straight down. So a straight line between these two yellows to the bottom rail. And there we are. And this is what McCarthy's presented with to get on the hill. This black ball into the bottom left.
Just incredible. Ronan McCarthy, 1 away. 5-1 and 7-3 down, and now he is 10-8 up. He'll feel sick about it as well. He'll feel like he has. I
feel sorry for him. I honestly, genuinely do.
You have to.
I mean, I love Ronan bits. He's been a friend of mine for many, many years. I've got to feel sorry for Karl if he doesn't get over the line. And Ronan's made a break. But what a comeback though this has been from Ronan. The complete turnaround to his game. Well, his breaks have been unbelievable.
What a good chance this is to win the world title.
Red balls are going to be the colour. The battle-hardened Northern Irish general has just played a bit of a sticky one as well there. He didn't want that little kiss.
He's not on a good ball.
No.
He's got half options.
Well, does he go up? Is he brave enough to go up the top, or can he sneak through to this red at the bottom? Might have to go right up to that long red.
Or the thin clip going into the other red, which that looks horrible.
I think if you go anywhere, you got to go upstairs to that long ball, because I can get through. Can he? Ooh.
If he can get through, I mean, I suppose he'll end up moving the other red down the table, so he probably would end up on it in the right centre, but it's a bit tight.
Well, he's looked at 3 possible shots, so this is his shot of choice.
Used it all, but in it drops.
Well, he's on the red into the top right, the one that's left of the black ball. You can screw the cue ball down for the 2 reds just beneath it. As long as he digs enough of this and doesn't just park it in the centre bag with the cue ball.
No,
He's
cued
missed a
across
part.
one.
Well, is there another twist?
Sinks to his knees. Third missed pot in the match for Ronan McCarthy. Hope for Karl Sutton.
And there was a clear open road there for Ronan to go and capture the title.
And he knows the reason he's so frustrated in the moment is because he knows how well Karl Sutton's playing. Could be 10-10 before he next gets to the table.
Extension cord.
Just wondering if Karl could just cut that yellow into the right-hand centre and get on the two yellows at the bottom, but he's not entertaining that thought at all. Hazel there to the left of Ronan, just having a 40 winks.
Doesn't want to be straight. Isn't. It's a lovely angle.
𝗨𝗽𝗱𝗵𝗵 there in the background. I wonder what he's saying there. Whatever it was quite agreeable. Can you lend me a £5?
Couple of rolls short this time if he was going for the bottom cushion, but he's got the one to right centre. He's on the one at the bottom. I suppose he could drop it in dead weight, but might have too much angle.
I think 𝗨𝗽𝗱𝗵 was saying to that lady, if you're in charge, would you get me on the live stream?
He'd love to be out there.
Well, he's already won a European Championship, bless him, back in the day. But Karl Sutton. Bit straight, screw back with right hand side. Or can he pump it round the angles? Ooh.
Just off straight, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wrong
it
way.
is. It's a bit of a finicky one, this one. He's coming back with the right hand side. You can see it on. It's going to spin the cue ball off the rail up the table towards the black. Nice shot there from Sutton, and it's going 10-9. In goes the black, and we will move to frame number 20 out of a possible 21. And a little bit more of a smile on Karl Sutton's face.
What does he do though? What does he do? Because the big moment coming up is this break now. Can he put a break together that gets us to a deciding frame?
Well, he's due one.
Yeah.
You'd have to say that.
Does he change? Does he do anything different, or does he just try and believe the law of averages? If you keep hitting them well, they will eventually work out for you.
Surely not dry again. It is. Ugh.
His break has just completely fallen off a cliff. Yeah. And look at the cue ball. Look at it's straight down the middle. The power's good. The strike's good. It's just completely dried up on him. Second opportunity for Ronan McCarthy to win his second world title.
But there's my case of just humping those balls as hard as you possibly can off the break without any control with the cue ball. You put all that effort in, you get it controlled exactly right, and have about five breaks in a row where you don't get a ball.
Yeah.
Perfect. Red to middle bag. Red up rail into top right hand corner. And we'll see the other middle bag being used, I would have thought. Maybe even might be the bottom left hand corner. In fact, from that angle, see, there's a case of swinging the cue ball out past that red now and go in the other middle with it. It all depends how. I'll tell you what, how steady Ronan's arm is, because you can play this shot and play it gently, and if your arm's going a bit, and just, I'll tell you what, I'll settle for the long red in the corner. Or if you're feeling really good, you think, do you know what, I'm going to whip this in a bit and come around and get you better position and play it in the middle, and so you can get nearer the ball at the bottom. But
we'll see how Ronan's feeling.
Yeah.
Cues it in.
He's gone for the one. See, that's the complicated one. My way with leaving the red is a chicken's way out. That's the brave route.
Yeah.
And what a shot.
And the reaction from Karl Sutton tells a story.
That should be the world title.
Reaction from the crowd tells a story. Anything but straight, and he's not straight.
That's perfect.
And Ronan McCarthy's 3 balls away from a second title. This is incredible.
Incredible performance by Ronan McCarthy. And I'll tell you what, I salute you, sir. I'll take my hat off. That's incredible. To come back from where he was. I know Karl's had some really bad luck on the break. But to turn his own break around and barely miss a ball as well. And he's took out some really good finishes as Ronan. Still got to take out these 2 balls though. Absolutely magnificent.
8 ball for the title. He has done it again, his second world title in 3 years. Ronan McCarthy is the world champion. 5-1 down, 7-3 down. He turns it around in style and he claims the crown once again. Tony, that's absolutely incredible.
What a fight back. Like I said before, there's Gareth Potts giving him a cuddle. Declan Brennan can't wait to get hold of him. But what a fight back from absolutely nowhere. 7-3 down. I've never seen a turnaround like it.
For the second time, your 2024 World Champion is the one and the only Ronan McCarthy. And do stay with us, folks. More reaction to come when we return.